Good morning. How is everybody this morning? Happy Tuesday. This morning I woke up with a new bag of bread, flour. My sister took me to Dominion yesterday and they replaced the ones that broke open and had to go in the garbage. I am very grateful because today, as you can tell by my social medias, I have bread made. I don't just have bread made. I have two types of bread made. They're not that different. I haven't really tried the second one. There's a plain bread and then there's a plain bread with hot Thai chilies in it. Now, the amount of Thai chilies is probably one for the whole entire bread because I took it out of my hot honey jar. As you know, in the process of bread making, you need to add sugar to feed the yeast or starter. And I fed this big loaf, this huge loaf, I fed it hot honey in my jar. From my jar, hot honey. See? Not many spices. You can't really taste the spices in the bread because you taste the actual bread itself. The yummy, scrumptious. Look at that. Oh, and it smells like bread, people. I gave my nephew a slice and a half because as I was coming up the stairs eating a slice, I thought of him. I'm like, here, eat this. And he's like, no way. And I was like, the poor kid only got a half slice of bread. Oh, I don't know what I just done. I brought him up a whole slice of this baby. I used my hot honey for one of these, for this bigger one, and it's not that spicy. Now this one I just used salt, but they're both a yeast dough with bread flour. Trying to perfect my recipe. My cousin wants a loaf of regular bread flour, so I'm just perfecting the recipe so it's a good one. My sister's got pans upstairs I'm gonna use, and tomorrow I'll be making a fresh loaf for my cousin. I'm working on a beautiful piece for Lady from the Rooms. I'm working on that. It's not done yet. I don't want to touch it because it's hardening. It's hardening. Yeah, it's still hardening. So I do have some exciting news. I'm flipping my plants that you sent me, those seeds, those feminized photos you sent me, the funeral arrangements. Deadly. I stripped them down once and I stripped them down again. Yo. Stripped the second time and she's ready to flower. And this is ready to flower. I've topped it once, I've stripped it twice, and I've mainlined this one. And I've mainlined that one. I still got a pile of them seeds, thankfully. Thanks to you. I appreciate it. Now I'm looking for a decent wattage of light. Like I need a bigger wattage of light to get more bud on the next round. So that's what I'm doing today, painting, making bread, coming here, saying hi. I do appreciate it. It's pretty good. It's stinky, I know that. It's very stinky. It's very stinky. The leaves are stinky. So I'm like saving the leaves for tea. Waste not, want not. Or what is it? Leave nothing of the animal. Right? You don't leave it behind, and what you do leave behind, you leave it for the animals. You know? So it's not. So that's my day. That's my Tuesday. I'm here excited to show you the bread I made, and I'm grateful I get the day tidy up around. Tomorrow we're going to be warm. It's supposed to be 8 or 9 degrees. That's very unusual. Don't everybody get too excited and start planting. It's a long road to spring. We got 20 days at least. At least 20 more days till spring. So nobody get out your seeds yet. Maybe up where you're to. I don't know how the weather is. But I won't be planting seedlings till at least end of March. End of March I'll start popping tomatoes, and I want 6 pepper plants and 6 tomato plants. I want to do 2 spicy pepper plants and 4 sweet pepper plants. Now, that's my plan. And I want to do cucumbers, and I want to do sweet potatoes, which I already have starting in a thing of water. They got some long roots. Can't wait to see a little vegetation come up, because I'm burying it then and putting them into the bucket with my worm castings, my eggshells, my Gaia green, and potting soil. So that's the mixture. I'd like to get a little vermiculite, but it won't, or not vermiculite, perlite. I'd like to get a little perlite, but that won't be happening till the middle of the month anyway. I'll get a big bag of soil and some perlite. I'm gonna see if I can get my cousin to build me this. It's a bucket system. This is all wood, 1x6s, or 2x4 and 1x4. This is. And I built it, or in my head I built it. So if I built it in my head, my cousin can knock it out no sweat. He's handy like that. He built my bed, so he can build a box for me. And in each of these slots here, there goes, it's a bucket. And the little 1x6s are in the middle to hold up the buckets, right? So it's all, this is a bucket system for 12 buckets. That's 12 plants. 6 tomato plants, 6 pepper plants. Yeah. And I'm gonna do the cucumber and snap peas over up against the back of the back of the garden where the fence is. It can crawl up the fence easily if I can figure out how to plant it that way. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try my best. Also, I have to, big announcement and huge shout out. There's a guy on here called Basement Gardener. He's Blind Neil introduced me to him, and he helped me fix my computer yesterday. He's been very kind, and he knows the squirrels don't know a whole lot about computers, and he managed to fix my computer within 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Gotta shout him out every chance I get, because my computer worked the whole night. I was very grateful. So it didn't cost me anything, and I didn't have to replace my laptop, and I'm just blessed for that. So the money that I do have saved, it's going right to next month's soil, perlite. I don't think I need much else but soil and perlite, maybe a couple of bags, or buy the buckets and equipment for that. I could do. I very well could do. Actually, that makes more sense. Buy the 12 buckets. Buckets are like not cheap, I don't think. Buy the 12 buckets. Get a bit of wood. And friggin' a package of screws. And make sure that gets built for me for the summer. I can put it right out on the blacktop. Right where my other ones are. And I'm still doing herbs and stuff into them when they thaws out. My comfrey should have overwintered well. I did have comfrey growing, but it's under snow now. So, it should be a fair to midland garden if you knows what I means. And if you don't, check it the fuck out. I'm not being saucy or rude. I'm just letting you know. This is how it goes. You gotta plant something. Try to plant something. And God knows my garden is coming. So you have a good night, day, evening, or in case I don't see you tomorrow, have a good morning too. I'm here. I'm gonna be eating some bread today with my soup. That's gonna be cute. So make your bread, plant your plants, make sure you waters correctly. Always off gas your tap water unless you're using filtered water. Stay blessed. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.